Hey everyone, welcome to the other installment here of Final Fantasy 15, a game that came with the edition that I got called A King's Tale, after we get through all their studios. How many of them are there? Alright, here we go. It's pretty good music. It's a beat 'em up style, kind of like side-scroller, like the stuff I used to play in arcade when I was a kid after like pizza parties, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's sort of a prequel. It's about Regis telling Noctis a bedtime story about, something that happened to him or potentially happened to him. I don't know if it's a true story or not. What else? It's fun so far. It's not too difficult. I really think this game could benefit from a co-op feature. It'd be really fun to have, instead of the other, like, people you're summoning or whatever, throw a couple more enemies on screen, throw another player in with you, and you'd have way more, like, this game would probably be a little more replayable. As such, it's a pretty short game. It's like 2 hours or something like that, so there won't be too many parts here. So I think this story that he's telling Noctis here takes place after the initial flashback in the Brotherhood anime, because the Brotherhood anime goes through like what Noctis went through before his journey, like how he met all of his friends and companions and stuff. And we see a point where Noctis is knocked unconscious, which I think is where the Platinum demo takes place, and then he wakes up towards the end of the anime. And then I think that's when this story might have taken place, or at least sometime after there, because his dad's reading the story, not his mom. Check out the Brotherhood anime if you haven't. And yeah, so this is going to be a lot of straightforward combat where I'm just hitting X, Y, or B, or A to dodge. It's a pretty easy game to beat. But like I've already said, it's a pretty short game. I've already put about an hour into it, and I'm already halfway done. So these samurai guys so far aren't too tough, but they're going to be bringing in a couple more enemies here soon. That, again, not too tough, but they add a little different element of how you want to move around the battlefield and stay safe away from the enemies and stuff. They'll add some more people later on that are a lot more difficult. You have to actually go at them with a certain kind of attack. I mean, the red guy there in the cape has like a... you gotta hit him with a heavy attack to block his to break his defense, but after that you can just do whatever. And when they're down there, they just kind of said they'll get back up, but I just figured after a while I'd hit them when they're down, because that's fair. The bombs are the new ones there, and got an achievement for that, like, first kill, I think, yeah. Yeah, eventually they'll introduce some new enemies here that are, they kicked my ass the first time. So it's here that they bring in a new enemy type, the skeletons, or I'm just calling them skeletons. They're demons, I guess, in some form. So you have to hit them with your shield, or you can only hit them twice before they'll block you and hit you. So what I found it best to do after gaining some experience with them was shield and then juggle them up in the air, which I don't think I have that ability yet here, so that's why I'm not doing it. But yeah, you can shield bash them, hit them up into the air, and then you can just, I mean, the blue guys aren't the ones I was having a problem with. It's the elite version of them, the red ones that you'll see in a couple of seconds here, that destroyed me. I just couldn't, I was running out of health. The health pickups are kind of few and far between, so it's just random as to when they drop, and yeah, they were kicking my ass. So yeah, they got me here. I was kind of shield bashing them and then trying to attack them, but for whatever reason it would just bounce me off, like they were blocking right after I shield bashed them. I mean, sometimes it seems like honestly my controller might have some issues, but like the input was a little behind, and I'm not the best with combos, as I'm sure you can see and are about to see more from this game and Final Fantasy and anything else where combos are involved. But I mean, I beat them the second time here because I knew what I was doing, sort of. Still kind of a straight buy, but I made sure to finish them off when they went down and stuff and get them up in the air a little bit better. So this is where they introduced magic. Your starter spell is just Blizzard, or you can use the bars in the bottom left corner there, depending on how long you hold the right button. Depends on which spell you cast. Blizzard, Blizzara, Blizzaga, which I didn't realize until later, and it takes a while for that to fill up, so getting away from the enemies and then casting a spell can be a little difficult if they're too close. Which I wish there was kind of just like, if you tap the right button, it would immediately cast Blizzard for you, instead of having to hold it up for the full gauge each time. But it's still a useful ability, and each of them has, you know, a special effect. So like Blizzard, or at least Blizzard has a special effect. I don't know if Fire does yet. I haven't figured that out. But Blizzard obviously slows them down a little bit, which can make faster enemies way easier to beat, like bosses and stuff. It works on them too, or the mini bosses at least. But yeah, implemented well and easily, and just kind of, it doesn't interrupt the flow of the game or anything like that, except for if you're trying to cast Blizzaga all the time. Oh shit, it's dessert. Yeah, they introduced flans here, which I haven't come across in the main game yet, but I haven't played it for long enough. And just as I expected, they are weak to Blizzard, which I need to cast Blizzaga here. I think this is the first time I did it, but I even got the one behind me, which is interesting to see. I think it also turned the water there to ice, briefly, but I'm not sure. Oh hey, I guess this is my Prompto, or Ignis. He seems more like Ignis. He's got that butler style, or I guess steward, if you want to be nicer about it. And he has Prompto's pistols, sort of. So this is a little more information on the combo system, which didn't exist up until this point of the game. So at a factor of 8, so when my combo gets up to 8 hits, I guess, I can summon an ally. So at the moment it's just Wescom. I can call him after 8 hits and he'll come into the battle and do what he just did when we met him there. Or when you get up to 24, you can use the Armiger, which is my special ability, which you guys will see here later. I think the first time I get the ability I actually call it, so. Yeah, so this is the Armiger here. So I definitely thought that this little tooltip here was supposed to be an indication of, like, you know, if he's not attacking you, be sure to be attacking and don't waste your time. But no, it just means, like, get behind him. I don't know how I'm supposed to understand that from that little tip, but I eventually just figured it out. He's not actually as hard as I thought. Like, once you get up behind him, you can hit him a whole bunch of times, and just roll out of the way once he attacks, and go back to hitting him. Oh, hey, what's that thing? Looks like a crystal. The crystal. One of the crystals? Up the creek, really? Why? You censored it. Why did you put the phrase in? Thanks for joining me, guys. Up next is the Plains of Duskai, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.